As you rev up your engine and prepare to hit the virtual road, the question on your mind is clear. Which PC motorcycle game will take the crown? With countless titles vying for the top spot, it's easy to feel like you're stuck in a traffic jam with no clear path ahead. But fear not, because we scoured the gaming world to bring you the most thrilling, heart-pumping, and downright addictive motorcycle games out there. Get ready to race through a world of excitement and danger in our list of the best PC motorcycle games. But be warned, this ride is not for the faint of heart. On number 10, we have The Crew 2. Ubisoft's The Crew 2 is a generally entertaining racing game that isn't just focused on racing motorcycles. Instead, for a complete racing video game experience, Ubisoft created a game in which they scale down the United States. In order to reach several famous spots around the nation, players must race across varied terrains. Just driving around will get you to a big city from densely wooded regions. Since players can quickly change from a car to a plane, boat, or motorcycle, the game does include more than just motorcycles. It all comes down to trying out different racing strategies in the region. While there are many races you can participate in, a large part of the game involves just exploring randomly generated areas. There is no indication on whether a sequel will be released for this game, which was released in 2018, but you can still have a lot of fun with it right now. On number 9, we have Monster Energy Supercross, the official Videogame 4. We are presently playing the fourth mainline entry in the long-running Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game series. This game was created by the Milestone Stroll development team. The Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship is the inspiration for this new simulation-style racing game. There is a career mode where you may try to improve yourself in order to outperform the opposition. There are a total of 17 racetracks and 11 stadiums. More than 100 different brands are also represented here, so you may again personalize your bike and try to elevate yourself from a novice racer to a professional. Since the most recent release was only made available in March 2021, some changes are unavoidable. Having said that, gamers may still pick up earlier releases which have gotten generally favorable reviews. On number 8, we have Road Redemption. Back in the day, Road Rash was one of the most well-known racing games. Players raced other players in an arcade game while speeding down the road on a motorbike. The players' access to weapons or the capacity to kick and punch their rivals, however, distinguished this game from others. In order to win, this game series challenged players to choose between protecting themselves from the AI opponents and trying to eliminate them. Years later, Road Redemption serves as a kind of spiritual successor. Despite being designed for a contemporary platform, the game offered the same overall gameplay experience. The makers were able to release this game in 2017 after receiving funding for their Kickstarter effort, in which you once again race along the road on a motorbike. You'll be able to employ a variety of weapons, from bats to firearms in the meantime. Just keep in mind to stay away from the police, who will be trying to put an end to this race and the craziness. On number 7, we have Grand Theft Auto 5. The focus of Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't only racing or motorbikes. This massive game, which came out in 2013, is still finding itself to be relevant today, even though it has been out for so long. Although there are now memes about how long we've been stuck on this game, fans can still enjoy the most recent mainline Grand Theft Auto installment because Rockstar Games outdid themselves in its development. Along with a vast open-world map that players can freely explore or wreak havoc with, the game features an exciting storyline about 3 criminals trying to live a life of crime and get caught. Not to be overlooked is the fact that Rockstar Games also released an online component which served as a cash cow for the IP. In any case, the inclusion of this game on the list is due to the fact that you may ride motorbikes throughout the game's virtual globe. Both offline in the single-player campaign world and online in Grand Theft Auto, there are many different motorcycles to choose from. Players may participate in various impromptu races with friends online in the meantime, or they can attend real racing events. On number 6, we have Isle of Man, Ride on the Edge 2. The TT Isle of Man may be well known to you if you like watching real motorcycle racing events. Competent racers from all over the globe are participating in this genuine event to take on the Sneefell Mountain, a track that is now widely viewable via various YouTube films. There have been several incidents on this track, which is also highly deadly. It's only a route that racers must navigate with extreme caution due to its many steep twists and tiny lanes. Although TT Isle of Man was a well-liked game, TT Isle of Man, Ride on the Edge 2 enhances the gameplay. Once again, there are many different courses and motorcycles in this game. Before attempting those tougher areas, such as Sneefell Mountain, you need to complete the various courses. Having said that, if you haven't already, this is a game that is definitely worth looking into. On number 5, we have MX vs ATV Reflex. Not every game in the MX vs ATV series was released on the PC, but MX vs ATV Reflex was one of the most popular titles to do so. The PC version of this game was first published in 2010 and reviews were largely positive. The game features a lot of off-road racing and is centered on various motorcycles and ATVs, as the name would imply. You'll have to cross rivers, marshes, and sand dunes to get where you're going. You may race through a variety of courses, and while doing so, you can try to do some freestyle stunts while in the air. Naturally, they'll also grant the option to modify your car for use in the competition. On number 4, we have Days Gone. Sony has a sizable library of exclusive video game titles that for many years were exclusively accessible through Sony's console platforms or their fleet of portable devices. Recently, though, things have started to change and Sony has started to release its exclusive titles, first on the PC platform, starting with Horizon Zero Dawn and most recently with Days Gone. This game offered a survival horror experience when it was initially launched in 2019 for the PlayStation 4. In this game, mankind was divided into tiny, insular tribes as the globe descended into a zombie apocalypse. Here, Deacon Street John, a former outlaw biker who lost his wife during the height of the apocalypse, is thrust into our shoes. Deacon spends the most of his days doing odd jobs for surrounding faction areas as a nomad with his comrade in order to get some money. The goal of our protagonist is that he will find proof that will help him piece together what happened to his wife all those years ago. As a biker, the player will mostly use a motorbike that they may enhance as they advance in the game to go about this area. In the meanwhile, you should make sure your bike is fully charged and fueled for the journey ahead. On number 3, we have Ride 4. Another well-known series for individuals seeking online motorbike racing adventures is Ride. Currently, Milestone Stroll, a development studio known for delivering some incredibly popular racing video games in the past, has released Ride 4, the most recent installment to hit the market. In the motorbike racing simulation game Ride 4, you must move your body weight to perform turns. Even though Ride 4 has a small learning curve, the Ride series has grown in popularity, so if you haven't tried the games before, you'll find that they are currently easily accessible to players. You'll discover that this game will be maintained for a long time after its release in 2020. Although this game already has a quite packed gameplay experience with a line of tracks and motorcycles, DLC has been released to give players more content to enjoy. On number 2, we have Moto GP 21. The Moto GP 21 was created by Milestone Stroll, who also created the Ride video game series. Players in this additional simulation-style racing game compete in several races during the 2021 Moto GP season. Again, given that this is a simulation game, you'll discover that a lot of attention is paid to monitoring the various aspects of your motorcycle. The key is to be familiar with the circuits and make sure that your motorbike is competitive enough to finish the races. It may not be a game for everyone, particularly if you're looking for a more arcade-like experience, but those who appreciate it can locate DLC to further expand the game's content or even earlier games like Moto GP 20 to go through races from earlier seasons. On number 1, we have Trials Rising. The Trials games very recently began off as a Java game before their popularity exploded. The game IP has grown significantly since its first release in 2000, with the most recent iteration being 2019's Trials Rising. If you haven't previously given this IP a chance, we'd suggest starting with this specific episode. Trials Rising is a 2.5D physics platformer and racing game. Players' goal throughout the whole game is to control their motorbike as they navigate various courses. It's really simple to knock your motorcycle off balance, which will send you back to a checkpoint. However, once you master the physics, you'll be able to guide your biker over a variety of challenges, jumps, and terrains. Similar to that, there are races you may take part in with other players. And that concludes our revved-up journey through the world of PC motorcycle gaming. Whether you prefer to tear through the streets on a sleek sports bike or blaze a trail through off-road terrain, there's no shortage of heart-pounding thrills to be had on your computer screen. We hope we helped you find your next gaming obsession.